Hi, before we start this ASMR video, I'd like to thank all these members on my Patreon for their continued support. If you're looking for any content that I create on other platforms, check the link below. Now, let's get into the video. So, we are in a different area this time. We're currently sitting in my living room, and I'm holding the camera. And I think the best thing for us to do is to just have a conversation about, well, you. I'd like to ask you some personal questions. And the thing is, it'll be messy. It won't be the best video ever, but that's what makes it good. The shakiness, all of that stuff. Just raw, authentic, unedited video. ASMR style, of course, though. So, one of the first questions that I'll ask is, are you watching this? And if you are you subscribed to my channel? The answer should be a resounding yes, because if you're not subscribed to the channel, well, what the heck are you doing then? Because I would like you to be part of the channel. I'm just undoing a clip here. That clip. There you go, a little bit of noise ASMR so I can rest it on my kneecap and it doesn't hurt. What you're looking at is my wall. I can show you a quick view of the downstairs. All the lights are off though. But that's the down. Pretty interesting. There's lots of toys out because Blue, the dog, has enjoyed her supper. Sorry if the camera's all shaky, that's what makes it raw and real, I tell you. I think I'm just doing a ramble again. Those are okay. Are you okay with those? I like doing rambles. I think it's so much easier to give you updates of my life while at the same time not worrying about making the video perfect, I guess. Trying to find a comfortable position. Well, there's a very excited dog upstairs. She has just gotten a bath. And she's going nuts up there. When I say a bath, she got a shower. She made herself get a little bit cleaner. Her mom up there was working on getting her clean. Not that she needed to be. She is very good at being a clean dog. I didn't know where I was going with that. I sort of lost my conversation there and everything. It sounds like there is a lot of ruckus going on up there. I have no idea if you can hear it or not, but that's the part of life of living in a house with other people. You're trying to film a video and noises just happen around you. And the thing is that the noises happen around you and you have no control over them. The more annoying part, not annoying, frustrating, or thing you have to recognize is these are ASMR videos. So when you're trying to create that ASMR inspired type video, it makes it a little bit more tricky, I think. But I think doing these raw and real videos are way better than some of the edited ones that take time. There's a very excited dog up there making a lot of noise. So I do apologize if you're hearing all that noise of her doing that stuff. It's actually distracting. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you. It's what makes these videos more real, I guess. You get to see a behind the scenes of an ASMR person working on lollygagging and going along with it right now because it's... I can only laugh, honestly. I can only laugh. Because, well, I don't know if you own a dog, but any dog that ever goes in the water, goes swimming, gets a bath, gets clean, they freak out. If you have a dog, you'll understand what I mean by that, and how they just go bananas. Literally, they go bananas. It's like a demon has taken over them. They get these eyes of like, and they just, they bolt. Nothing seems to matter in that moment. They get zoomies in their butt, they get beans in their butt, and they are just flying. That's fine though, it doesn't really matter. I don't even know where I was. I lost my train of thought there. I had to break the edit there and put on a new spot because I had to deal with the dog. But that's okay. Let's go to a different subject. It's spring, actually. Okay, the big thing here is it's currently April 2nd right now, but you wouldn't know it because I think you're watching this on May 16th. I don't actually know what day you're watching this on, and I forget what day this video is going to be coming out. Middle of May. Maybe at the beginning of May. Maybe in May. Anyways, maybe it's May 4th, and I can say, May the 4th be with you. Now, if this video has come out after May 4th, well, that just ruined the joke, didn't it? That's fine. That's fine. I just got back from physio, actually. I had to get my back worked on. It was uncomfortable. It was in agony. It was not good in regards to just how uncomfortable my back really was. So I would say something to do. Oh, my dog is down here now. She's just gotten a bath. And she's gonna be going nuts soon, but she's already had her dinner and everything. Okay, we are now in a different room because I had to move because the dog was being very, very loud. And if you're watching this for the purpose of sleeping or just like making yourself tired, well, that won't make you tired. That'll just wake you up because there's a dog going absolutely bonkers around there. Lost my train of thought. I went and got physio. This video is just all over the place. But sometimes a video that's all over the place is entertaining, right? It's like a ADHD person. You got a squirrel going here, you got a squirrel going there. It's like bing, bong, boom. There's a song on TikTok actually right now that's going pretty viral. And it's like, bing, bong, boom, bing. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make that sound terrible if I do that. What was I going to say? Man, my train of thought is just, it's gone today. I'm going to talk about my back. So, my back was very uncomfortable. What am I doing here? Good. My back was very uncomfortable. It was giving me a lot of grief. And because it was giving me a lot of grief, I went to physio. I get physio every 4 weeks or so because with the weightlifting and everything that I'm doing, it's hard on my body. And when you're working out consistently on your body and it's uncomfortable on your muscles, it's not uncomfortable to work out. I love to work out. I think everybody should work out because it's just good for you overall. So I'm sore. So I went and got IMS, which is intramuscular stimulation. They have like needles like this long, maybe about 4 inches, and they only stick them in like maybe an inch, and they sort of like move them around in like little weird fashions like that, and it's uncomfortable. But at the same time, it causes your muscles to like spasm out, which feels so good. Because if you've ever had like a muscle that is very tight, and then they can get the muscle to spasm and let go, it's sort of like it lets go, and you feel like a human being again. It's the best feeling ever. If you've never done it, I recommend trying it out. You have tight shoulders, go get IMS. A tight back, IMS. Tight legs, if you have a tight anything, go try IMS. It's a game changer, a literal game changer. My hand is actually getting quite tired of holding this phone, and by phone I mean camera. My phone's down right there. I'm on a camera right now, my Sony A7 III, but I've left my tripod adapter downstairs. I took it off at the beginning of this video, and I have no desire to go downstairs and deal with that. So I'm going to we're just gonna hold on to you like this, and I'm just gonna I'm hoping that because I have a shotgun mic on, that it's not too loud for you, and I'm just gonna place this down like that. Just like that. And then I have no idea if you can see me, so I'm gonna look at the other side of the camera to see what it's looking at. Okay, so if I get super low, like this, and I put my legs up like this, you can still see me. Oh, but the thing is, the microphone is so far away now. Oh, this is so frustrating. I'm gonna bring you closer to me. If you have sensitive ears, just plug your ears if that's the case. Let's bring you closer. Hopefully your ears are not blowing up right now. Okay, that's about as close as you're gonna get. I'm gonna get nice and low like this, and I feel like I'm having a conversation with you now. I can't actually see the other side because I took my monitor off the top of the camera and I just put the microphone on, because I was originally just gonna walk around my house while filming, but that would get annoying. Not only for you, but for me as well. Just holding this camera. So now it's sitting on a table. It's looking at me, and there's a lot of stuff around me. There's tripods. This is the tripod I was referring to. But the adapter that goes here, it's gone. Well, it's not gone. It's downstairs. And I'm really hoping that my dog Blue actually doesn't eat it, because it's in an eatable spot. So we'll see about that. And then I'm going to see my coach tonight about, I do a check-in with her every 2 weeks where we go in person, and I do, like, she does measurements, we do photos, we take my weight and everything, and we do progress photos. I took some progress photos on Saturday. Holy cannolis, Batman, like, between week 1 and week 9, it's a huge difference. And by huge difference, I mean, like, it's vast. I'll put these photos up, actually. They're probably going to be up at this point, but I'll put them on my Patreon. So if you haven't subscribed to Patreon, go check out my Patreon. That's where I'll post those photos, just easier that way. I hit a new low weight today. I've lost so far. I've lost, what is that? It doesn't sound like a lot, but I've lost 10 pounds in 9 weeks. But it's 10 pounds of pure muscle. There's no way that I've lost muscle. If anything, I've gained muscle just with eating really clean and, what's the word? Eating really clean, high protein content, and just being smart about the amount of calories I'm eating. But I really feel like this is almost the best shape I've been in a very, very long time. And I still have 3 weeks to go. Man, 3 weeks, that's going to be incredible. I have, like, my six-pack is starting to show a little bit. And by a little bit, like, it's there. It's a faint outline. But I feel like abs are always the hardest to show up last. I have big legs, so I think a lot of my weight or my fat loss is in my... Well, actually, no, because, like I'm grabbing my legs right now with my hands, and, like, I can't really grab any fat. You know what? I take that back. The fat is all on my stomach. And it's sort of like on my upper back. So I got tiny love handles. They were a little bigger, but now they're nice and tiny. Oh, I just put my leg up. Oh my god, that's so much more comfortable. They're like scrunched underneath the chair here. Do you ever have like moments in life where you just sort of wonder like what you're doing? I don't mean that in a depressing way. I just mean like, okay, it sounds depressing, but it's not meant to be depressing. It's like, do you ever sort of think like, what's the point of it all? You know, you wake up, and if you have like a full-time job, but you go to work Monday to Friday, the standard business hours of like 9 to 5. So Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then you get off work, you work out or something, or you do whatever your nightly routine is if you have kids, dealing with your kids, and next thing you know, it's 7:30. No, you know what? Next thing you know, it's like 8:30, and you watch maybe a 1-hour TV show, and you know, you press pause a bunch on it, so maybe it's now 9:40. So you're like, oh wow, it's 9:40. I gotta get to bed because I gotta get up at 6 or 7 to start my morning to do my things. And then you just do that Monday to Friday. And then you have your 2 weeks. Sorry, your two weeks. Yeah, right. You have your 2 days off on Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday comes and you do it again. And then you do that from the age of, I don't know, let's pretend you got a career job at the age of, I'll just be bold and say like 25. You went to school, you got a degree or something, so you're 25. So from 25 to 65, you just do that for the next 40 years. And like, people wonder why this generation that's out in the world right now, this newer, younger generation, doesn't want to do that. One, it's way harder to live in today's times than it was back then, I feel. I say back then, but like, I wasn't alive at that time, but hearing your parents talk about it, or your grandparents, maybe not your grandparents, because that was a hard time in the war, but like that gap of like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, housing prices were very affordable. Your wage was like great. You could pay your house off in a couple of years, buy a car, and go on a vacation each year, no problem. You talk to any people under the age of like 30 in today's times, the thought of owning a house, it's laughable. It doesn't even exist. That's a joke. And then they have a car that they don't even own, that they finance or they lease. They're in debt up the yin-yang. They have a credit card that's been maxed out and they're on their third card. The interest rates on those cards are like 20%. It's crazy just how, and you're expected to be able to save some money. Now, if this is not you, then you're doing awesome. If it is you, that's just unfortunately how life is, and that's not a bad thing on you. I'm just saying that's just how it is right now, and that's why I always wonder, like, what's the point? You're like, the opportunity of you being born on this earth is something like 1 in 7 trillion. So just that's 7,000 billions. So when you think about it, that's 70,000 millions. I'm just getting ahead of myself here, but we're just brought onto this earth, and then we just do exactly what I said. You live your best years from the ages of like 1 to 20, because money doesn't mean anything when you're a kid. You got unlimited time. You go to school from like 8 to 1. Like, boo-hoo, that's not hard. But when you become an adult, like, everything just becomes harder, right? And then you're expected to just do it and not complain. Here I am complaining. I feel like I'm having a therapy session with you right now. If you agree with me. You know what the funny thing is? This started off as just like asking. I was like, I'm going to ask you questions. I think I asked you one question, if you're subscribed or not. And then I just went on a tangent about nothing for the last like 21 minutes. Isn't that just weird? That's so weird. Like, the human mind is very unique in just how it is in general. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I feel like I'm just talking to talk now. Anyways, that whole previous conversation about talking about like doom and gloom, that's not was that meant to be. That was supposed to be just a talk. So don't take it too seriously. I didn't mean it that way at all. So sorry if that's how you feel. If I made you sad, it was not intended. Here's a hug. There, I'm hugging you right now. You're fine. Nothing bad happened. I'm gonna let you go to bed though, or go back to work or whatever you were doing for the last previous to this. If you're still here, I'm glad that you've been with me for the 21 minutes or so now. I wanted to make this video a little bit longer, but I've got to go meet my coach. It's because I got to get these photos done and all that stuff taken, and I can't be late because I got a 30-minute drive to get to her. So I will let you go. I hope you enjoyed my ramble, rant, talk about just life, and see you in the next one.